So Nick has found a variety of low-tech tools that have been really helpful for him around his house and in the community to make him more independent despite having impaired use of his hands and his arms. And he would like to share some of those tools with you.
So first and foremost is this. This is a run-of-the-mill laptop tray you can buy anywhere. And the surface is pretty smooth, so I put Dyson. It looks like fruit roll-up, but it's really tacky. It's not sticky. It's just it's like rubber. It's got a lot of grip to it. So I put it on here, but I use it for a lot of things. In fact, I have hot sauce bottles at home with Dyson on them, so I can grip them easily. Because while I can grip things, it's very weak, and I have tendency to drop things. So that is a huge help. That I do everything on this. So for writing and typing, I had this made out of just aluminum strips. You can make it at the hardware store with a piece of foam that holds a pen. So if I need to write, I write. But I also use it, and more nowadays, for typing. There are probably better, faster ways, but this works for me. And I actually had one made out of moldable plastic, but it kept breaking. So this one out of aluminum, and I've had this for, 10 years. So for eating, what I use is this tool that I had made out of the same aluminum, and it's got the same foam insert in there. So most people, they try to eat with a cuff that the utensil comes out much like this. It comes out this way, so this will be the utensil and to try to stab something on a plate is really difficult because I can't really turn my arm that way, and I can't bear weight. So this redirects the direction of the utensil by so now I can stab things actually with quite a bit of force. And it's easier. It's more stable for like soup or something too, to bring it that way, but to hold it vertically is a more natural motion. And again, I used to have one made out of plastic, and then had this one made around the same time, so 10 years or so. Still works. So I can't recommend that enough.
And that's not something you've seen frequently around, have you?
No, and
it makes a lot of sense to be able to.
I think an OT made the original one for me, 20 some years ago. And yeah, like I can't imagine not using it. It just makes life so much easier. Next, well, I kind of showed you this, but this is just your run-of-the-mill universal cuff that I use for brushing my teeth. Velcro strap. That's the other thing. Take care of your teeth because I use them for everything. So, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to brush your teeth. Now for the fun stuff. So I found this online. This is a reacher. So your normal reacher requires hand grip. And I obviously don't have any. So this works much like a Tinadisa splint. I'm not going to get you. Where when I flex my wrist, it pulls this, it's actually a carbon fiber rod, and that actuates the gripper. So I don't know if you can follow me with the camera, but I can grab this Dyson.
Probably one of the bigger problems that you and I have talked about is picking things up off the floor.
Yes. And when you can't reach the floor, this comes in handy. But beyond reaching things, I use it to I clean. So like if I mop my floor, I have an ice cream bucket that I put floor cleaner and water in, and I use a rag with this, and I mop my floor. I wash things that are that I can't normally reach. So I use this for a lot of things. But I mean, these are several $100s. Not everyone can use it. The cheapest reacher that I've and I have, this is just a regular wire coat hanger. I have one of these at home, actually two of them at home. I have one in my van and one in my office at work. And I should have one attached to my chair, but I just haven't gotten around to doing that. So yeah, it works great. I can, something falls on the floor, I just hook it and pick it up. And sometimes things will fall, like say a can of soda fell on the floor. You can't really grip it. So what I'll do is I will take a plastic shopping bag and drop it on the floor, lay it so that it's on its side. And then I will roll the soda into the bag and then pick the bag up by the handles with this. This has saved my life a lot. And also for something like a single sheet of paper, I have a Scotch tape dispenser at home, and it takes me a few minutes, but I rip a piece of tape off and I work it into a backwards loop, and then I loop that on here, and then I just pick the paper up. So
light, cheap,
yes.
Multiple of them, leave them everywhere.
You can have them everywhere. So if you drop one, you just go grab the other one and pick it up.
So those are some examples of low technology tools that Nick uses on a daily basis. Some might be more expensive and found on the internet, like the gripper. Some much less expensive, like the coat hangers. And as far as the fabrication of the two pieces of equipment he showed, do you want to grab those? The one that he uses for utensils, and then the one for the pen. They're just made out of aluminum, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I buy this aluminum strip that comes in a 3-foot section. I get it from my local hardware store for about $5-6. And these my brother made. My brother is not a machinist or metal fabricator. He's just a handy person. So these are actually pretty easy to make. If you just find someone that can bend metal, and he just used self-tapping screws and some of the foam. The foam I did order, it's just regular foam with a hole through it. You get it at like medical supply places. But this stuff is not hard to make, and as you can see, it lasts for a very long time. And it's cheap. I mean, this whole thing, other than an hour of labor and a couple dollars in material.